I start this video, you can follow all my social media outlets. It's in the description below. Now, something I want to talk about is WB. WB. Now, I haven't been a fan of the projects that y'all been putting out lately. I'm gonna start with the Flash. Okay. Don't get me wrong, I love the Flash, but it's like, don't get me wrong, they ended off well, but I gotta see this finale. This finale it looked like it's gonna be good, but as a full season for season 7, I'm gonna give it I'll say 7 out of 10 for me. It's not my favorite season, but you guys gotta do better, man, because it's possible that season 8 might be the last season for Flash. Probably 9, because I think at the time, Grant Gustin, he signed a contract. At the time, I think it was when he just started season 7, he signed an extension, I think. So we probably get 8 and 9. Hopefully we can get to 10, but maybe 9 might be the last season. But yeah, I just feel like the show just hasn't been the same since the other showrunner got fired. And for those who watch the show, and for those who know the reason, you can go look it up on why he got fired. Ever since he got fired, the show just went downhill. I mean, it has some great moments, but it just, as a full season, we haven't had that since probably like since season 2, I believe, or season 3. Probably since season 3. Even though season 3 was like confusing, but it still gave you that hyped up, like who was Savitar and this and that. It got you hyped up, but now it's getting to a point where, and anybody that knows that I watch The Flash every Tuesday night, it got to a point where, like, you'll know that Flash is coming next week. You would think, like, okay, Flash next week. Okay, cool. If I gotta go to work that day, I'm not rushing to get home to watch Flash. Like, it got to that point. Like, I wasn't excited to watch The Flash this season. I wasn't excited as much. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't excited. It didn't get me amped up. And unless it was like the finale, or like, or if an old character would come back. That's the only time I get hyped for. Other than that, it wasn't like, it didn't have the same hype like season 1 and 2 or 3. Because during those times, like when season 1 and season 2 and 3, when those seasons came out, you was hyped. Like, once you seen the episode, you like, oh, I want to see the next one. It doesn't have the same hype anymore, and it's going downhill. I can tell by it. But as far as what I've seen, it looks like it's gonna end on a good note on this season 7. So I'm happy about that part. But I just hope that they can start off for season 8 correctly and well, because it's gonna get to a point where I'm not even gonna watch it anymore. And it has great moments, but it has to bring that hype again, that make you want to watch a full season again. It has to get back to that point. Black Lightning was a great show. People understand, like, I don't care if you're black, white, whatever the case may be. It was a great show, and I just feel like the main reason why I think they canceled the show is because it was, I think it was because of viewership. It wasn't getting a lot of views, but I still enjoy the show, because we get to see a black man who loved his daughters, loved his ex-wife. Because most people, when they have their ex's wives, they don't want to deal with them, they move on. But the fact that he was still able to show love for her and still love the support of his kids, that means a lot. And protecting the city that he loves, and that I really enjoyed. And I think if they were to put that show on HBO Max, it would probably last about 2 more seasons, because they probably would have a bigger budget. But I just wish that they could have lasted a little bit longer with that show. Supergirl, for me, I just couldn't get back into it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. The only time I watch Supergirl is if another show will cross over to that show, or it would be crossover. That's the only way I would watch Supergirl. But my favorite season from Supergirl was probably season 3. Probably my favorite season. But that show got canceled because she had a son, and when you're a mother and you're the main character, you probably don't want to do it anymore. And I can understand you gotta live your life, and move on. So that show ended. I know there's other shows. Legend of Tomorrow. Let me tell you something. Legend of Tomorrow needs to end. It's just that. It's just simple. Legends of Tomorrow needs to end. It's just not the same anymore. Because from the original cast, it was Sarah, Mick, Ray, Snart, Jefferson, and what's the other old guy? Oh, what's the other guy? That old guy that he forms with Jefferson. Oh, what's his name? Stein. Yes, Stein. It just doesn't. It just and Hawker and Hawker. It just doesn't feel the same anymore. And I think after Snart died in that show, I stopped watching it, but I got back into it. You know what I'm saying? And then Hawkgirl died and Hawkman died. I was still watching it. I think when Ray left, that's when it really did it for me. Like when Ray left, I was like, there's no point in watching the show. And then when Mick, and I was thinking about going back into the show, but when Mick left, I was like, yeah, there's no point in me watching the show. This show needs to end because it's just not the same. I think it needs to end. I think they're on season 7. I think season 7 needs to end at 7 because at this point it's just. And honestly, I think season 3. The only reason why I even gave season 3 a chance is because Wally West joined that season. That was the only reason why. But yeah, it just doesn't feel the same anymore, and I feel like they need to move all the CW shows to HBO Max because Titan's already there. Like you need to just move everybody to HBO Max. That way, everybody have a bigger budget. People will be enjoying to stream instead of watching the CW. No offense to CW, but I just feel like superhero shows, it's just best to be on the streaming because at this point, the writing is getting lazy and lazier, in my opinion. Now the whole painkiller thing, I really wanted that to happen because that was kind of like an extension of Black Lightning because Black Lightning was gonna end and Painkiller would be the spinoff. And for those who are watching this video, I'm about to spoil it for you. If you haven't watched Black Lightning season 4, I'm about to spoil it for you. So if you haven't watched season 4, you might as well exit it right now because I'm about to spoil it for you. Season 4, the finale, I would have thought that, Painkiller, Khalil's back, Tobias still alive. I would have thought that Tobias would have been the main villain for his season 1. You know what I mean? His season 1 for, for his series. I would have thought because, Tobias put Khalil through a lot. So I would have thought that he would be his main enemy, his big bad for season 1. But the way they ended Black Lightning, we can't have that because he's dead. So that can't happen. Naomi, that's going to be that kind of threw me off. Because I know she's from the new comics. I really don't know her origin story, but I was like, okay, it's coming in the CW. That's another show. What was the show? Stargirl. I haven't got into Stargirl. I watched the first 2 episodes and I stopped watching it. But I gotta get back into it because I saw the Green Lantern's daughter she's gonna be season 2. So I was like, I'm in, because I'm a big fan of Green Lantern. So that's why I was like, I might get back into it. That's pretty much that covers it. I don't know what other CW shows. Oh, I'm bugging. Superman Lois. I gotta get back into that show because I just saw John Diggle in that episode. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw like a clip. I was like, yeah, I gotta get back into the show. It's just so many things are going on right now. So, you know, but Superman Lois is probably the best show right now on CW. And the reason why is because the storyline is great. The budget, that's what they have better writing, and that's why I feel like all the CWs need to go to HBO Max. That way they have a bigger budget and they will be able to have better writing. They will have better writing. Now as far as movies, the DCU, haven't really been a fan of it, but I hope that, you know, after the Snyder Cut, which I don't understand with WB. Like, WB just don't think. They think they know what's best for the fans, and they don't. And this is why they will lose to Marvel all the time. Marvel is way past DC when it comes to movies, and everybody knows this. Marvel is past them. Okay? Marvel has done so much, like, to the point where it's kind of hard for DC to catch up, because here's the thing, and it took time to build up. It takes time to build up storylines. With DC and with Warner Bros., I feel like they rushed it. I feel like they rushed some of their storylines, you know, and like the build up for the Avengers. That's a perfect example. Like that whole storyline with them going back in time, trying to rewrite things, and it's just a build up that took like at least maybe 8 years, I think. Because I know the first Avenger came out in 2012, so 8 or 9 years. That's a whole build up. You know what I'm saying? DC hasn't done that. If they would have done that, they could have had Injustice. They could have an Injustice storyline. They could have had Flashpoint storyline already. We could have had all that built up from the time like 2013, and that was like Man of Steel. So we had enough time. Everything's keep getting pushed back, and this is why. There's so many reasons why DC can't be on a level as Marvel. It just can't. So they need to get this shit together, man. Get your shit together, because I don't understand how Marvel, right? Black Panther came out in 2018, right? And that movie did 400 million in the first week. Justice League, right? Justice League is 6 superheroes in one movie. Mind you, it's not the Zack Snyder cut version. This is the original, right? 6 superheroes. That did 330 million in the first 3 months. How? Please explain to me how. It just shows you that Marvel was better at writing. They know when to bring certain people. Like, they know how to do their things when it comes to movies. And the only good movie from DC, in my opinion, is probably Aquaman, Wonder Woman, not the first one, not the second one, and Man of Steel. That's pretty much it. And then another thing too, I noticed, mind you, they thought Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers thought that the Batman movie that they're about to put out was bad. Why would you think it's bad and you saw the reaction of the people? People want that movie. Because honestly, when I heard the guy that played Twilight was going to be in this movie, I was like, why would they even pick him? But when I saw that trailer, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, he might pull this shit off. He really might pull this shit off. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I was shocked when I found out that he was playing and asking a trailer. I was like, okay, that he could pull this off. But then a few months later, you saying that it's a bad movie based off of what you seen. Like, you guys are the type of person where you will put out a trailer, right? Actually, before you put out a trailer, you cast a guy. You wait, you cast a guy, you let everybody know you cast a guy, you put out the trailer, then you delay it, then you think it's a bad movie, then you delay it again. Now, I guess, yeah, you delayed it because of COVID. I get that. But the fact that you thought it was a bad movie, you should have thought of that before you even put out the trailer. If that was the case, you should have thought about that before you put out the trailer. So I just feel like DC is just going downhill as far as like movies, in my opinion. And I hope this new Flash movie that comes out next year does justice, because anybody that knows me knows that Flash is my favorite superhero, and if they F this up, I don't know how long I'm gonna be a DC fan. As I'm talking about the movie, not the show. I'm talking about the movie. And I know a lot of people won't hate me for this, but I don't think the guy that plays the Flash in the DCU, I don't think he's a good. I don't see him as a Barry Allen. I'm gonna be honest. I see him more as a Wally West, to be honest. Because I don't really take him seriously. He's always not clumsy, but he don't take things seriously. And Barry is a more serious character sometimes. I mean, he has his moments, but he's a more serious character. But Wally, on the other hand, Wally is more like, clumsy, funny. Like, he's that type of guy. So that's why I'm like, I don't think he's a good Barry Allen. But we'll see. Hopefully, when I see this movie comes out, hopefully it changes my mind. So, what else is talk about Warner Brothers? Oh, another thing. I love Batman, don't get me wrong. I like Batman, but you guys have to give Batman a break. Don't get me wrong, I liked it the last movie, the animated, I think The Long Halloween. That was a great movie. I liked part one, it was great. I liked it. But my thing is, you have to expand your universe. Expand your universe. There's a lot of superheroes that you can do besides Batman. Expand your universe. Now, Batman's not the only one. I know he's the most popular one, but it's so many characters in the DC universe that you can make a movie out of. Animated movie, not live action, animated. And that's just how I feel about it. Warner Brothers, it's not DC, it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, get your shit together, man. Get your shit together. Because people are gonna lose faith in DC because of Warner Brothers. Because the movies is just like, it's like you're not even trying. And that's just my opinion. So that's what I got to say. Follow on all my social media outlets is in the description below. And I will be doing the All American Season 3 review tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. So yeah.